somewhere in the tropical ocean, something extraordinary is about to happen. That silver blur skimming across the water? Yeah, that's not a bird. It's a fish. A fish that just said no thanks to being lunch and decided to launch itself into the air like a budget airline. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the flying fish, proof that evolution had a sense of humor. And speaking of humor, let's talk about your mom. She's just launched herself out of the water in an elegant leap that would make an Olympic diver jealous. But she's not showing off, she's escaping. Because when you're at the bottom of the food chain, flight isn't a luxury. It's an emergency protocol. You're just hatching. By the way, congratulations. Welcome to the world. You're only a few centimeters long, and everything around you either wants to eat you or accidentally swallow you. Great start. You don't get a training montage. No mentor. No instruction manual. Just pure instinct. Which is good, because you're going to need it in approximately now. A shadow looms above. It's a Dorado, sleek and hungry. Your siblings panic and scatter. One of them panics so hard he flies. Like, actually flies. Okay, glides. But in the fish world, that's basically teleportation. He's using his oversized pectoral fins to soar through the air, skipping like a rock across the surface. It's your turn. Time to activate whatever mysterious instinct evolution has buried in your muscles. You pick up speed underwater, your body trembling with nervous energy, then launch yourself skyward like a scaled missile. Boom! You're airborne. You've just left behind everything you know. Your fins stretch wide like wings, catching the humid ocean breeze. You're not exactly flying, more like gliding with style. But you're staying ahead of the predator, which is the whole point. Each beat of your tail slapping the surface gives you another few feet of escape. You don't know where you're going. You just know it's not back there. This isn't some one-off trick. Oh no, your ancestors have been pulling off this airborne maneuver for millions of years. Way back, they didn't fly. They flailed. Sometimes that flailing worked, and evolution took notes. Over time, their fins widened, muscles grew stronger, and tails became high-powered engines for mid-air propulsion. Natural selection doesn't hand out medals, just the opportunity not to be dinner. Back in the water, your early days are chaotic. Every jump is a gamble. Sometimes you clear the wave. Sometimes you slap into a jellyfish. Once, you even landed on a turtle. You're learning on the job, each escape teaching you more about lift, angle, and timing. To outsiders, you're a fish with commitment issues. To you, the sky is just another escape route. Flying fish don't see ocean versus air. They see possibilities. The water holds danger. The air is temporary salvation. As you grow, so does your skill. You learn to read the waves, time your jumps, and conserve energy. You start recognizing patterns. Certain currents bring in predators, others bring in food. Oh, food. Tiny plankton, surface insects, fish larvae, anything small and slower than you is fair game. You've upgraded from snack size to snack predator. You're now a fully grown flying fish, about 18 inches long, and aerodynamic as heck. You can glide up to 200 feet in a single jump, with some of your cousins hitting a record-breaking 600 feet. That's right, you're a torpedo with wings. But just because you're a top-tier glider doesn't mean the ocean's rolling out the red carpet. The sky brings seagulls, frigate birds, and other airborne threats. It's a cool joke. Fly to escape fish, get caught by birds, and then mating season arrives. Yep, this flying circus just got romantic. Flying fish don't do grand courtship dances. It's more like, see how far I can glide? Pretty impressive, right? Males compete by showing off their airtime, gliding in synchronized leaps, hoping to catch a female's eye. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it just looks like synchronized running away. Eventually, you find a mate. You pair up just long enough to fertilize the eggs, because this isn't a Disney romance, it's nature. The female releases thousands of sticky eggs, attaching them to floating debris or seaweed. She doesn't stick around. Neither do you. Parenthood, in the fish world, is basically a fire-and-forget strategy. Time passes. You survive birds, barracudas, tuna, and the occasional plastic bag. You're older now, slower. Your jumps are shorter, your launch is less crisp. The young ones are faster, bolder. They dominate the best feeding zones and get the prime driftwood real estate. You settle for calmer waters. The predators are still around, but so are you. You've learned stealth, patience, and when to leap, and more importantly, when not to. Today feels like every other. The sun's bright, the waves gentle. A shadow darts beneath you, a predator. Instinct kicks in, but your tail's slower now. You gather speed, launch, but the angle's off. Your tail slap doesn't break the surface with the same force. You glide, but lower. The predator leaps too. This time, it's close. Too close. You splash down barely ahead of danger, heart pounding. Not your cleanest escape, but you're alive. Again. Because that's what you do. Leap, glide, survive. So next time someone tells you fish can't fly, just smile and remember. Sometimes, escaping death means turning your fins into wings and flying through the air like a silver bullet with commitment issues.